Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We're back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be discussing Oshinoko. In particular, we're going to be discussing the fandom debate that is always between the two girls that everybody thinks that Aqua should end up with. One is Akane Kurokawa, the other is Kana Arima, I believe that's her name. But one particular reason, the reason I want to get into this today is just to further my explanation and further believe my own personal, like favoritism is Akane, because one, we did see Akane and Aqua get together during the show. At first, it started out to be a fake relationship, but then it started to be the real thing. And ultimately, when Aqua found out that his dad was still alive, he ended up breaking up with Akane because he didn't want Akane to be accomplice to what he was eventually going to do. That is going to be happening in season number 4. But the one reason I wanted to say my particular reason why Akane is just better than Kana is because even though Kana is technically Aqua's childhood best friend, considering they met each other when they were children, like they were acting and Akane got impressed by Aqua's acting, and I think it always pushed her to be a better actor. But then also during season 2, when it was him and Akane versus Kana and the other guy, they were kind of like trying to outdo them. Kana was trying to outdo Akane, and Kana even realized that there are just some things that Akane can do because she's more gifted. She may be the better actress, but Akane is more gifted than Kana, so that's the reason why she ultimately get jealous of Akane. And then finding out that Akane and Aqua's relationship ended up turning out to be real, it makes a whole lot of difference of why Kana's personality. Now, the one thing I will say that Kana does have is what Aqua did this past season when he literally put Ai's whole, like story out to, like kind of minimize what Kana had done. Like Kana was going through at that time, and he kind of did it for him. He kind of did it for her, but he kind of really more did it so like people can know more about the story, and he kind of did it so he can do the movie that could tell about Ai's life, so he can get closer to the man that actually murdered his mother Ai. And so I wouldn't really put that, but I will say that is something nice that he did. Now, Akane and Aqua. These two are. I will personally say this. No, I know I'm gonna sound biased because Akane is my favorite, but no bias intended. If you look at everything that when they were together in a relationship, they were genuinely happy. Akane did a lot of things, and I want to say this right now. A lot of people don't realize, but Akane is probably the smartest character in the show. There were things that she had already thought of that Aqua didn't think of when it came to like the person that murdered Ai. And even Aqua literally said that he was using Akane for certain things that he knew he wouldn't be able to do. So Akane is really that smart. And keep in mind, when they broke up, Akane was willing to be a accomplice to what Aqua was going to do, just so they and he could have a better life at the end of it. She was willing to do it herself just so she can give him a better life. And Aqua didn't want that. Aqua said, like, I've already decided this from when I was a kid. Like, there's nothing really you can do to change it. And Akane, even though probably she's definitely sad that they broke up, I feel like she's still trying to at least save Aqua from himself and save him from, like his fate and destiny. Because once she found out like the whole story that was going on, I'm pretty sure she wanted to save Aqua. And let's not forget also, Akane's the one that found out who killed Aqua's mother. Akane was the one that found out that Aqua didn't know who exactly it was. Akane was the person that did all the details, did all the research, put things together, and found out who was the person, and it turned out to be their father. So I wanted to put that into perspective. So when it comes to the whole debate between Akane versus Kana, who should have been with Aqua? Well, I mean, to be honest, anime could have an original anime ending. I'm not expecting that, but we can see an original anime ending because there's a possibility that Aqua. I really hope it doesn't happen, but there's a possibility Aqua ends up being with the sister Ruby, and I really hope that doesn't happen. But if I had to look at things prospectively and objectively, even though I can't be really fully objective because, like I said, Akane is my favorite, I just have to look at everything and see the little details of how they were together in a relationship and how Kana acts with Aqua. It seems like she's the type that has a crush on him, but I don't think he's ever going to reciprocate their feelings. Aqua literally said while they were together that he needs Akane in his life and he's so happy to have Akane in his life, then that is just the definition of the story. And I think the debate should be put to end. They I've heard in the manga there was a lot more scenes for Akane and they gave a lot more scenes to Kana in the anime. So I don't really know because I haven't read the manga yet. But I'm looking objectively throughout the first, second, and third season of Oshinoko, and judging from everything that has gone on, Akane has to be the better choice than Kana for Aqua.